So there's a wide speculation that Travis Kelce is considering retiring. When I heard this, I went straight to the source. I listened to his podcast with his brother. He talked a little bit about it, but he didn't expand on it, about his future and things of that nature. But a lot of insiders are thinking that this could be a strong possibility of him retiring. Now, I thought it was due to his performance in the Super Bowl. He's a lot older. He's got a lot of things outside of football that he's pursuing and doing. He's, like I said, he's a podcast he do a podcast with his brother. He's also in Hollywood. He did a show on FX. I forgot the name of the show, but he was featured in that show as well. So he's pursuing other things outside of football, and I thought that was the reason. But in actuality, it's more of a football decision than anything else. The Kansas City Chiefs, in order to keep him, they will have to keep his salary, and they're at the point where they're almost going over the salary cap. So if he wants to stay with Kansas City, he will have to take a pay cut. Now, how much of a pay cut? I don't know. Is it a small pay cut? That's one thing. But a lot of insiders are expecting it's a huge pay cut, and he would have to take that if he wants to stay with the Kansas City Chiefs. Travis Kelce, to me, on the outside looking in, is not one of those players that doesn't mind jumping from team to team. I think he's happy in Kansas City. That's his comfort spot. Patrick Mahomes, them two are buds. I don't think he wants to start. Literally, if he goes to another team, he'll be starting all over. So I don't see that scenario with Travis Kelce. But this is more of a football decision, and unfortunately, we won't know which ways he's pursuing. I think Kansas City Chiefs want Travis Kelce to stay. Patrick Mahomes wants Travis Kelce to stay. Travis Kelce wants to stay. So all things being equal, I fully suspect that he will make another go at it with the Kansas City Chiefs. Probably not at the contract that he's currently on. He's probably going to have to, get off that contract, rework another contract with a lot of incentives. Both sides will want Travis Kelce to stay in the Kansas City community as a Kansas City Chief player. So that's his, Patrick Mahomes' go-to. Even though he had an awful performance, but I said in a video that the Kansas City Chiefs, they're probably going to have to be looking in the NFL draft for another younger tight end. They need weapons, but more importantly, they need a line. They need a line big time. The Eagles wasn't even putting a lot of pressure, and they just dismantled the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's one story. We'll have to wait until later on this year to see how this plays out. But like I said, Travis Kelce's got other things outside of football. He's still dating Taylor Swift. So, and I told you all the other things that he's into, and he's got endorsements and things of that nature. There's no, he's already decorated. There's no real desire for him to continue to play football. If he continues to play football, it's because he's passionate about the game, his relationship with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's one story. The second story is Aaron Rodgers was released by the New York Jets. I said this on social media. I suspected this was going to happen. Ever since Aaron Rodgers got to the New York Jets, he's been a thorn at the front office, because, Aaron Rodgers wanted to do things his way. He didn't want to do any offseason. He didn't want to migrate with the other players, to try to build some type of chemistry. He didn't want to necessarily motivate younger players, such as quarterbacks. He didn't want to take that mantle. He would always go on Pat McAfee and and his politic views and just views in general. So it's one teams would tolerate your behavior if it means that your success on that team, meaning you're taking that team to the next level, going deep into the playoffs, making runs in the playoffs, and possibly going in the Super Bowl and possibly winning the Super Bowl. And the New York Jets didn't seek any of those things, any of those avenues with Aaron Rodgers. So the New York Jets are just literally starting all over. Okay. I'm pretty sure in the draft, they're going to be selecting a quarterback. If they can't get the quarterback that they want in the NFL draft, they'll probably get a journeyman for 1 year. And if they have a bad record next NFL offseason, then they can get a higher pick and possibly get a draft pick. I don't think they're going to get someone else's problems. A quarterback that's young, hasn't figured out a system in another scheme with another football team. I don't think it's that bad for the New York Jets. They would rather just do bad by themselves and just start this thing all over again from scratch. So that's that's why they're just retired. I mean, not retired. They released Aaron Rodgers. Now, is there a market out there for Aaron Rodgers? If Aaron Rodgers had a lot of success with the New York Jets, then I can see him go to another team. I can see Aaron Rodgers with the Atlanta Falcons. I can see Aaron Rodgers with the New Orleans Saints. I can see Aaron Rodgers with the Las Vegas Raiders if Aaron Rodgers was successful on the field. But if you're taking on Aaron Rodgers, you're taking on all the things that won't make your team any better. You're going to have to deal with Aaron Rodgers' behavior. You're going to have to deal with Aaron Rodgers' attitude. You're going to have to deal with Aaron Rodgers wanting to have the freedom and the flexibility to do whatever he wants, not going to off-season programs, not motivating your younger players, like your younger quarterbacks that you have on the roster. Him always going on Pat McAfee. You have to deal with the blowback with him saying, because Aaron Rodgers is a time bomb waiting to explode at any moment. And when whatever comes out of his mouth is sometimes controversial. Aaron Rodgers reminds me of Kanye West, all right? Except Kanye West has the cachet and the money to say whatever he wants, to hate on whatever race he wants, and Kanye is not going to receive a lot of blowback because Kanye doesn't have a boss. Now, it does hurt Kanye as far as his relationship with other celebrities. It does hurt Kanye as far as getting endorsement deals, particularly with these, particularly what he said on X. I mean, he was just literally wanting Elon Musk to just destroy his freedom of expression on X. So, and I think he's pretty much done on other social media platforms. When I look at Aaron Rodgers, I see a lot of Kanye in him. Now, he's not overblown like Kanye, but Aaron Rodgers will say something that's very controversial. And like I said earlier, if organizations will deal with you as long as they're getting success out of you, they would, deal with your behavior, your attitude. Whenever you open your mouth, you're going to say something that's going to offend somebody. As long as they're getting production and long as they're successful with you, they will deal with you on that level. But when you're just bringing all this baggage to an organization and you don't contribute to the wins and losses, you contribute more to the wins than to, you contribute more to the losses than to the wins, then that's another thing. I think Aaron Rodgers, he might as well just call it quits. He might as well just retire, because I don't see Aaron Rodgers going to another team saying, okay, I'm just another guy here. Aaron Rodgers has too much of a massive ego to let anything happen like that. Okay. So I think Aaron Rodgers is going to retire. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to probably do his own podcast, do his own thing, and then he has the freedom to say and offend whoever he wants to offend. And I think it's going to be a very controversial. His podcast is going to receive a lot of viewership, because a listenership, because people want to listen to whatever he's saying, even though it's ridiculous. He's like a Donald Trump some way. And I think in the early going, it's going to benefit Aaron Rodgers. But then after a while, when people get sick of his song and dance, people are going to move on to the next hot thing. And that's when Aaron Rodgers is going to have to pivot. Now, what you're going to do, you're going to continue to offend people and get low viewership and people no longer watching your podcast, or you're going to try to change things around to, benefit yourself to have a better platform. So, I think this is the end of Aaron Rodgers as far as in the NFL. And I just don't see another team taking a bite at Aaron Rodgers. The Tennessee Titans need a quarterback, and they rather just take their chances in the draft. The Las Vegas Raiders, the New Orleans Saints, those teams desperately seeking Susan needs a quarterback, but Aaron Rodgers is not on their list of candidates that that they want to give a shot to. All right, I just don't see Aaron Rodgers anywhere else. Okay, I don't see Aaron Rodgers taking a backup position. Aaron Rodgers' ego is not going to allow him to do that. So yeah, I just think Aaron Rodgers is going to go into broadcasting or into podcasting. That's going to be his next leg. That's his next life, and he's going to find out that the NFL can coddle the most egotistical person, and you can just get away with it as long as you're successful. But when you're out on your own and you don't have that shield protecting you, and you can only depend on yourself moving forward, he's going to have to make some real serious changes about his behavior and his attitude and what he says on social media. So yeah, those are the two hot stories of the NFL. I'll see you guys next week. Be sure to check out my other videos. I have other videos that I uploaded 2 weeks ago and this week. You guys can go check out. It's your boy. I'm up out of here. I really do appreciate the people that listen to these videos from start to finish. The last video I did, I can tell a lot of people in the comment section listen to that video from start to finish. I really do appreciate the people that's doing that. I like to appreciate the people that are day one subscribers, people who are subscribing, hitting the notification bell, hitting the like button, commenting. I even appreciate the people that just come in, listen to the video, and just move on. I appreciate you guys as well. So, thank you so much. I will see you guys next week. Deuces.